How about now? Can you still hear the music? The game audio. Yeah. All right, hang on. Let me try something. I guess we'll just turn this into a fucking technological. I don't fucking know words. All right. Now, how does it sound? Is it echoing? Like, is the music doubling on itself or something? Well, alright. I shall maintain this for the time being. Back to character creation. Trying to decide whether to be an elf. Ah! Well, get in here.
Hello, chat.
She said to herself.
I got up to come and help you and say if you needed assistance.
Well, thank you, dear.
And say, but you figured it out on your own because you big brain smart dragon.
I try.
Alright, I leave now. Goodbye, chat.
She said to herself again.
Well, you never know. People might watch it after I leave.
I guess that's true.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright. Let's see here. I guess it must have been the, when OBS, like, lost connection a second ago that caused that. I can only assume. I don't know. Technology is weird and stupid. Hmm. Elf or human? I think this is more or less what we'd look like as human. This is true. This is true. I guess the main reason I'm even considering it is because it's Kingmaker. So, I will eventually be a king. Ruling over a kingdom of humans. Mostly humans, anyway. But... yes. I suppose so. Oh, I think it changes your dominant hand. Hmm. Yes, actually. I would be shocked if Owlcat wasn't directly inspired by Dragon Age Origins, because the what's the word? The sting that plays when you first like the main menu loads in. I'll see if I can play it for you here in a minute. You know, and actually we haven't done anything yet. There. Yeah, that is straight out of Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, like it's... Up until it reaches this point, pretty much, it's barely altered. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit different. But the main thing is that da-da-da, is, yeah, exactly the same. I don't think any element of that was changed from Dragon Age, which is very funny. Oh, it saved my difficulty choices. Very good. Well, dear, once we finish Jade Empire, we can play Origins if you want. But we have to finish Jade Empire first. Yes. So perhaps we'll make some progress in that this week. Oh, that's hair. There we go. The blues. Alrighty. School. Divination is available as a specialist school, but not... Oh, that's right. Thessalonians didn't consider divination its own school of magic. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely conjuration. Now, an arcane bond or a familiar. The question then is all of the functionality of familiars from the tabletop in this game? Which I doubt. Yeah. Arcane Bond isn't great. Just basically gets you one extra spell. And even then, it has to be one that you want already prepared that day. Hello, Tanis! And friends. Or friend? Yes. This is what happens when I start stream early, I suppose. Yes. Hello, Serenity. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pathfinder. We're choosing a pet. Oh, wahoo! Obviously. I don't... Huh? Well, maybe if someone had their Twitch notifications on, Dennis. Yeah. But obviously, we have to have a centipede familiar. Bah. There's no such thing. Alternatively, just assume that I'm streaming any weeknight that isn't a Wednesday. Sometimes I won't be, but it's a safe assumption to make. Mario! And this sounds like a you problem, Dennis. Lizard. Yeah, as well. As I said, just assume that I'm on. Or will be. Now that's interesting. The familiars... I mean, you'd think, Emma, but I don't think you can on Twitch. You can do that on YouTube. In several ways. But I don't think you can do it on Twitch. Looks like the familiars in this give you 2 different bonuses. Instead of in the tabletop where they only give you 1. What to get? There are no burbs. Well, there's a duck. And a chicken. But none of the burbs I like. That's okay. Well, a lizard familiar gives us +2 perception and a +1 natural armor bonus to AC. On the other hand, dog. I think perhaps we must have the good boy. Yes. Dog familiar. Ability scores. Is this before or after the... Okay, this is base value 14. Okay, yeah. If the game lets me name him, yes. Alright, so to have an 18 intelligence would leave us with that much. We're gonna have to be a little min-maxy here because it's point buy. I normally do dice rolls and I'm generous with it. I do hero and let people re-roll 1s because nobody likes that. Well, what, you mean like this? Yeah, 5 constitution. That should be fine. That should be good. No. As an elf, we have a -2 penalty to our constitution, though, so that's even more points we have to put into it to make it even slightly decent. Like, if we want 18 intelligence, the best we can do is 15 con. But we also want good dexterity. Well, we can get dexterity to 14 as well. 6 con. I mean, I can believe it. Yeah. What edition was it? Because of 6 constitution. Yes, I am. 5e. Yeah, I mean, it'd still be a problem at 5e, for sure. Not nearly as much as a problem as it would be in 1st edition Pathfinder or 3rd edition D&D. Yeah. problematic. Yeah, we should probably have slightly higher charisma. We are meant to be a ruler. Perception is just too important to have wisdom as a dump stat. We could probably dump strength. Yeah, we can probably dump strength. Thank you, Dennis. Alright. 18 intelligence, 15 dexterity, 14 constitution, 13 each in wisdom and charisma, and 7 strength. No. Nine strength. Yeah. I can live with that. Yeah. It's not too much of a problem, I don't think. Yeah. That should be fine. Alright. Skills! Well, obviously we have to have Knowledge Arcana. Looks like Spellcraft isn't a thing in this. As you can see, there are far fewer skills than in the tabletop. So I guess we could just put points in all our class skills. Knowledge and Lore. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably fine. Feat. There's no item creation, I don't think. So that cuts out a lot of the feats I'd normally be taking as a wizard. Point blank shot. That does apply to spells. To any ranged touch spells. So that would help with that, but no. I know what we must have. Spell focus conjuration. And augment summoning. Opposition school. Probably illusion. Or enchantment. Illusion. Oh, that's right. I have to pick two. So both. Alright. Spells. Enchantment. Enchantment. Stunning Barrier. +1 deflection bonus to AC, and +1 resistance bonus on save. Any creature that strikes you with a melee attack is stunned for 1 round when negates. Once the field has stunned an opponent, the spell is discharged and lasts 1 round per level. So, yeah. That's what makes that not completely broken. Stone Fist. Shocking Grasp, Shield, Reduce Person, Ray of Sickening, Ray of Enfeeblement, Protection from Alignment, Magic Missile, Hurricane Bow, Flare Burst, Expeditious Retreat, Enlarge Person, Ear-Piercing Scream, Cause Fear, Burning Hand, Summon Monster 1 Snowball, Mage Armor, Grease, and Corrosive Touch. Those are the first level spells we can choose from. You know, excluding the Illusion and Enchantment spells. Well, obviously we have to have Summon Monster 1. Snowball could work as a ranged attack option, but meh. Mage Armor is kind of... I mean, it's not nearly as good as it is in 5e, because it doesn't last 8 hours. At the start, it's 1 hour per level, per your character level, or caster level. I think it's caster level. Grease, Corrosive Touch. Alright, I'm thinking Shield. Hurricane Bow. By default, I don't think there are any archers in the party pool. So, not as useful as it could be. I think reduce person. Yeah. Has its height, length, and width. Yep. They gain a size bonus to dexterity. Oh, wait. I get a bonus to attack rolls and AC? Is that how it works on the tabletop? I don't think it is. I don't remember now. But their weapons do less damage. Yeah. Well, for sure, enlarge person. Wait, where's that? There it is. Yeah. Cast that on Amiri. Let her live out her giant fantasies. Yeah. Touch of Gracelessness. That's a... Yeah, that's a touch spell. That's not great. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take Reduce Person. And then I think Magic Missile and Burning Hands, maybe. Or Snowball. Yeah, I'll take Snowball. Alright. Ah, right, we hit R1. Okay. Alignment.
I'm always ready.
Oh, no.
I'll take care of it. A mere flesh wound. Their life ends here. I have no use for this. So this will hurt. We do it my way.
Yes, the voices.
I'm always ready.
I'm always ready.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh. Get it off me. Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards! So many thoughts. So little time. Burn! Slice! Behead! All I see is blackness. I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Yep, so there's that one.
Together we stand.
Let's
Strike as one. Defeat is not an option.
Boring.
let us be off. Adventures await. We cannot be defeated. This is my path.
I'm one whiskey away from becoming Sean Connery.
I won't give up.
Let us bide our time.
I feel faint.
I feel faint.
Everyone counts on me. The path is clear. A solid plan. Enemy near.
My wounds pile on.
Let's
Spell's not working like that.
my
Let's hear you cry. All this waiting bores me.
Someone else would make better use of this. I didn't even break a sweat. Calm down. Not dead yet. We will be victorious. Time's not waiting. This will hurt.
There's very much a sort of anime protagonist vibe to that one.
So it comes to this. Combat is adjourned. I will guide. I need to concentrate. Does anyone require my counsel? I'm not touching that. Not that I care. So entertainment. Don't know, don't care. Damn it all.
And then the random Scottish one. Almost makes me want to play a dwarf.
Hesitation.
And then the female voices.
We do it so.
Let us press on.
I'm not touching that.
Well, what do we think? Which voice should we have?
Not that I care. Does anyone require my counsel?
Someone else would make better use of this.
My wounds pile on.
enemy near.
Forwards!
I shall not falter.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
That would be this one, Madman.
All I see is blackness. Then I'll carve my name onto your flesh. Let's shake a leg. Get it off me. Forwards. No, backwards. Backwards.
That one, you think? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little chaotic evil. Though it is very funny.
I'll take care.
Defeat is not.
You're done for.
Let us bide our time. The path is clear. I feel faint.
This will hurt. I'll go ahead. Calm down. Not dead yet.
I guess, do we go with anime protagonist?
We will be victorious. Someone else would make better use of this. I didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah. Alright. And there you have it, my actual birthday, the 23rd of Neff.
I'll go ahead.
And yes, it is disturbingly fitting that the November equivalent on Galarian is named after the god of magic. Alrighty, people. We have our conjurer. It begins. Hey, no, it's fine! It's fine! It'll be fine! I'm playing on the easy mode, and they fixed all the glitches. It's fine.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Aww.
Where are they? This is taking forever. It didn't even say what this was for. Just at the Aldori, we're looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder. Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question.
She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention toward her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Why not just recognize this Stag Lord as Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Noticing you've heard her comment, she winks at you coyly. What rewards can we expect exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Now you're talking.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this Stag Lord a lesson?
We sure will. Just wait, we've plenty of great feats in store.
I have no doubt. Kind of related, I wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is Barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
Wait, a book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, Why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, gods forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Or maybe that horrific scythe lady. You mean the one literally standing 5 feet behind you, Lindsay? Not a bad plan. It's settled then. I'll accomplish the feats and you'll write them down.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Da-da-dun. And so begins a glorious story that'll win over all of Galarian. The first page is being written here and now. What game is Jamandi playing? I'm not used to feeling like a pawn. Tomorrow our glorious journey begins. Are you ready? I hope so. I don't need layabouts on my team.
In due time.
Yes. I'll double the guard for the night, just as a precaution. A large map of Bravoy and its surroundings dotted with numerous cryptic marks and notes.
That is not far.
This expedition is surely doomed. Alright, before we do anything else here. Spellbook. Or perhaps not. Do I not need to prepare my cantrips?
I am prepared.
Do I just have all of them, access to all of them at once? Dog. Dog!
As it should be.
My familiar is a Shiba Inu. Oh my god, he's adorable. Look at his little legs.
In due time.
Hiram, he likes you. Alright, anyway. Cantrips. Yes, it seems to be the case that I just have access to all my cantrips at once instead of having to prepare them, which is nice. Light. Disrupt undead. Flare. I think that's it. Now, how do I prepare my spells? How do I change that? I don't remember. Memorize. How do I... yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright. So, summon monster 1 for sure. Let's do enlarge person and mage armor. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Hello, Kaesi. Northern architecture is beautiful, but very heavy. In my native land of Kadira, palaces are furnished quite differently. Can't remember what her voice sounded like. I've already forgotten. Off to bed we go. I'm sure nothing will happen.
Help! Help!
Oh, something happened. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
As if to lend credence to Lindsay's words, a scream echoes from the hallway. Wasted opportunity to put a Wilhelm scream in there. You're not going anywhere. Alright. Well, we have a crossbow. Or we have magic. Will save negates. 4 if your hit dice that takes no actions. Okay. That wouldn't help us here. 1d3 damage, acid dart does 1d6 plus 1 for every 2 of the wizard levels I possess. So 1d6. But I can only use it 7 times. Or a crossbow. And it won't show me. Yeah, probably best to just use the crossbow. There we go. Yeah.
Focus on the goal. All according to plan.
What? Lindsay, the assassins are already here. Follow me, quickly. Alright. They got someone. We have to help. But it's Tartuccio. Look, they're running. Get them. And what shall I do with this one? We'll finish him later. He won't get away.
This should do it.
I fired and I missed. So did he. Oh. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 5-foot step back. Shoot him in the face. Perfect. There you go.
A calculated risk.
1 whole point of damage. Well, that's not good.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory. Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the Stolen Lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
I don't see anything suspicious about that at all. Ring, ring. Tartuccio's present. +1 AC.
I know what to do. No
Daggers.
mistakes.
A bottle of incense. And 2 gold.
Time's not waiting.
I'm trusting you here.
Lindsay healed after that fight. That's good.
This works for me.
Actually, as an elf, I am proficient with longbows. Would that be better than the crossbow I'm using?
Prepared.
Hang on. No, I think it would be identical. Alright.
Follow my lead. Ready for anything.
Ah, that door is blocked from the other side.
I know what to do. In due time.
How do we stealth? Little dog. Trot, 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 trot. I don't know how to go into stealth. It's definitely a thing. The mechanics are definitely in the game. But I don't appear to... The dog just wanders around, like... That's funny. I mean, it's better than him being targetable and, you know, capable of getting hurt, but I do wish there was a bit more functionality to him than just wandering around. Oh, well. Yeah, I don't see a stealth thing here. I don't have anything. Pause? No. Rest, formation, maybe formation? No, that's not it. Huh. Maybe there is no stealth. I guess... Actually, now that I think on it... No, there's a stealth skill. How do I do it? Alright, hang on. To Google! Okay, whoop. You know. Kingmaker. How to stealth. Yep. Not the first person to Google this. Character. Ah, I see. Well, that explains it then. Alright. AI? Not applicable because we're playing in turn-based mode. Link? I see. Okay. Hold position. Stealth. Everybody go into stealth. Be very, very quiet. We are hunting assassins. Wait. There we go.
Leave this one to me.
Sweet. All right. Oh, geez. Why is this so zoomed in? That was weird. I guess because it's a big thing. Anyway, I know how spells work. Did I? I don't think I ended Lindsay's turn there. Eh, whatever. Anyway, what does Tartuccio have? Burning Hands and Magic Missile, Acid Splash and Ray of Frost. He's a sorcerer. Yeah, no point in wasting. How do we make sure that he uses his crossbow? Switch action? Oh, maybe it won't let me? No, because it let me have Lindsay shoot one of them. No. Wait. Hang on. I think I'm almost here. Switch action. No, not quite. Almost, though. Ah, there we go.
Just die already!
Oh, shit. Lindsay. That's just embarrassing.
This will hurt.
Excellent.
Focus on the goal. That is not far.
Oh, healing potions. Bows, armor, a digger. Alright.
And so they walked on.
I can't believe it. That could have been us. Well, their adventures have certainly come to an end. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Baron Obvious. Oh no, is everyone dead? Pathetic. They couldn't even defend themselves, but they thought they could conquer their stolen lands? I hate to say it, but he has a point.
I was prepared.
He's out of line, but he's right. Cat. Fish.
I know what to do.
What
for Gorum?
Hello, Amiri.
It's the end for you rats!
I love the dog just runs in like, what's going on in here?
Time to get my hat dirty again.
All right. That was unfortunate. Alright, there we go.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down. Blood for Gorum!
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes. This works for me.
There they are, the assassins! This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey, you ugly mug, get them! What in hell's name is that? That would be a frost giant. Can't you see the title? It's a big old banner right over his head.
You here.
I find it hilarious that the front door is just fully open, but we can't go out. Sword, shield, potions, blah blah blah.
Time's not waiting.
I'm by your
Wait.
side.
Okay, we go. Yep. A dexterity check. Save scum. I think we did it.
We will be victorious.
Well, that was easy. Potion, potion.
This way.
An armory. Oh, that's Sartuccio, isn't it? Yeah. An armory. I'm sure Jamandi wouldn't mind if we borrowed some weapons. Composite longbow. What was my strength? 9? Yeah, no, that's not happening. Banded
Ready
mail.
for anything.
A tower shield. Breastplate. Watchkeeper's key.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Stealing from a sword lord in her own mansion. She'd have our heads.
How would she know it was us and not the assassins? Unless someone planned on telling her.
The gnome throws a sideways glance at Lindsay.
Don't drag me into this. You do what you want, but I'm not taking a single coin.
What's in here? Just 210
what to
gold?
do.
Nah, it's not worth the risk.
As it should be.
I'm far too much of a pansy bitch to risk such a thing.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jaethal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
Tartuccio eyes Jaethal suspiciously.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Alright. I've been known to dabble in a bit of necromancy myself, so I'm hardly one to speak.
No mistakes.
Get to it, Lindsay. You're the only one of us
Anything else?
with disable device. Very good.
Interesting.
I will grant your request.
Alrighty. Ooh, scrolls. But they're both divine scrolls. That doesn't help me. Well. How do I... That's right. Sneaking. Oh. What are you dallying for? I'm telling you, Jumandi's cache has to be here somewhere. Well, hurry it up, fool. Stop! Someone's coming! So much for my stealth. Or maybe not. Wait.
Sight betrays them.
Oh well. Crossbow. That wasn't the way I wanted you to go, Tartuccio. Whatever. Crossbow.
Not out of our story.
All according to plan.
What did they say about the cache? Curious.
Don't push me.
Oh, shut up.
Focus on the goal.
Alright. This is a puzzle that I have no patience for. So, hang on. I just so happen to have the solution to said puzzle right here. Alright. First up, this one.
In due time.
And then that one. And then we go out. And over to this one. We ignore the middle two. Oh, yep. That one, because that opens that. And then this one.
So they walked on.
And then back out to the first one. And there we go. Yes, there are 2 gashes.
Follow my lead.
Shining scale, carved urn, 10 gold.
Ready for anything.
Blah, blah, blah. A wand of magic missile. And masterwork nunchucks. The nunchucks are useless. But the wand,
You can count
that
on
I
me.
can use. Oh, I have spell scrolls. Magic missile, mage armor, expeditious retreat, and then another major magic missile scroll. Yes. Wand of magic missile. How many charges does it have? 11. Not great. And I can't recharge wands in this, right? I don't think so. Still, though.
No mistakes.
Definitely gonna hold on to all of those
Right.
for when we get into a fight that's actually hard. Treasure. Potion of remove blindness.
I am prepared.
They dare to attack me?
It is an ooze. The chair is an ooze. It is an evil chair. The Mighty Nine was right. Alright, Jathal, finish it off.
Unworthy.
Perfect.
Time's not waiting.
Alrighty. Onward we go. Oh, maybe we could have stealthed that. This is it. My time has come. Oh, Grotus, take my soul.
Sir serves you right.
Shoot. 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 Dead. Damn. It's Casey. Ow. I've been snuck attacked. Really? Roller bro. Alright, we're done. Oh. Okay.
Ah! Everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
You sound like a Kelishite, am I right?
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends.
I don't think we've met.
I am Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive.
Well, there are assassins on the prowl. We must go.
I don't know where you're headed, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
The tiefling salutes you and runs ahead nimbly. Potion.
That is possible.
Potion, potion. She says, more corpses on the floor here. It's not easy to wash out blood, you know. What a strange thing to say, Kayesi.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
A dwarf is lying on the ground, staring into the dark sky. He doesn't seem to have any severe wounds, but his trembling whisper is weak, as though he were at death's door. What's wrong?
I'm dying. I knew this expedition was doomed. Oh, Grotus, my vision darkens.
Aren't you being a bit premature? Look at yourself, you've barely got a scratch.
That's impossible. Oh, it seems you might be right. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
I'm by your side.
Alright, Harem. Whatever you say.
What a find!
Ho-ho. A masterwork longsword and a gold ring. That's disappointing.
That is not far. I know what to do.
That is true. We should change the formation now that we've got a bigger party. Well, the bigger problem here is my placement. Reorder?
This way.
Urgathoa guides me.
Fuck it.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water.
You stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Who are you?
Keston, House Gares, a fighter in the service of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Right now, I'm in charge of the mansion guards. As you can see, there's a lot to do.
If I were a rich and influential lady like Jamandi, I'd also give myself a manly captain of the guard. Or two.
Not now, Kayesi. Put it back in your pants. What's going on here?
Someone opened the gate, let in a group of assassins in the middle of the night. Now they've set the mansion on fire to cut off access to the hall. They don't want Lady Jamandi to get reinforcements. We cleared the passage so you can get through. Just try to avoid inhaling the smoke. We'll be right behind you. We just need to put out the fire first to save the mansion.
Considering Lady Jamandi's fate, I'm not surprised that a whole pack of assassins were unleashed on her, including a giant. But what's at stake? What could anyone hope to gain?
The tiefling squints, obviously curious and thinking quickly. Do you need help putting out the fire?
No, we'll manage. I've got my best people here, those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
Where's the hall?
You'll have to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
I'll go immediately.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
The tiefling girl starts off and dashes through the fire.
May Abadar keep you safe. What are you waiting for? Get to Lady Jamandi in the banquet hall. Now! May Abadar...
And so our adventure started. Earlier and much more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team who'd gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls led by Arcasvethix, and not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he might have imagined of himself. Jamandi Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through fire. Literally. As we approached the burning building, we drenched ourselves with buckets of water. Prudence is the key to victory. Before moving through the fire, we thoroughly wet our clothes and hair. After that, we covered our noses and mouths before we rushed inside. It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we'd come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. The hot air burned our lungs, and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Arcasvethix led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartuccio did nothing useful at all. We'd made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty, but now, amid the smoke and flame, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are two more," she shouted as she passed by us. "They're wounded. Help me pull them out." Tartuccio grumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Arcasvethix rushed to save the guards from the fire. Yeah. Saving the poor fellows was harder than it had seemed. We inhaled a lot of smoke and burned ourselves more than once before managing to pull them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. "Thank you. That was truly noble of you," she said. "And now let us rush to Lady Aldori's aid." Ensuring the guards we'd rescued were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. Yeah, we've got exhaustion now. Fatigued? Hang on, let me find out what that does. Effects and conditions. -2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Save scum. It's so very nice being able to rewind time. There we go. Saving the poor fellows didn't take long. Together we lifted them up and carried them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. And then it's the same. Yep. Oh, we got experience points for that too.
This works for me.
To the banquet hall. Oh. I don't give a shit about any of this. Oh, wait. Oh, no, the gold. Yeah, no. Nope. Leave.
Ready for anything?
Reinforcements are already on the way. Say your prayers, scum. Said Jamandi. Hello, Kayasi. The help has arrived. Quick, we need to save Lady Jamandi.
They'll never see me coming.
Don't let them through. Jamandi dies tonight. Alright, that was a pretty good surprise round there. We did like half the leader's health in damage. There's no way Tartuccio could get close enough to actually... Well, maybe. What the... Oh. Yeah, well, whatever. Well, alright then. Summon monster. It's a dog. And he's a very good boy. Let's see what Harem's got. Blast, True Strike, Channel Positive Energy, Touch of Chaos, and Destructive Smite. Bless.
Serves you right.
Why is he... Is he advancing a little bit too far? Is that it? Whatever. I wish there was some way to, like, turn that off. I don't... Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, fuck it. Got rid of one of the leader's mirror images. Oh no, Lindsay. All right. Let's do Mage Armor. I shall cast Mage Armor upon myself. Looks like my dog attacks on his own. Dead. Can you not move? I do not understand you people. Eh, whatever.
You deserved it.
Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Oh, nah. Looks like he tried to cast a spell and that provoked op attacks from everyone here. So he died. Alrighty. Well, this is going marvelously. There we go. In your faces, jerks. Potion, 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 potion. Potion of bark skin. Some kind of magical bracers. Alchemist's fire, acid flasks, and more potions of cure light wounds, and that's it. Alrighty. That's it. Time to count our losses, I suppose. What did the mayor say? Praised be Erastil, we made it! Lindsay identified. Oh, +1 bracers of armor. That might be useful to me. Hang on, what is my AC right now? 17? Question is, will it overlap? Yes, it overlaps with Tartuccio's ring. Alright. Who has the lowest? Hang on, how do I... Can't swap? That's annoying. That's really annoying, actually. Oh well. Anyway. Lindsay's AC is 16.
Just letting the ink dry.
But wait. What's this? Ah, right. Okay. Valerie, I guess? Well, I guess I'll hold on to it because I don't know if I'll keep the ring. I don't remember. Not even departed, and we already won our first battle. Seems like a good omen, right? Amiri. Ever the optimist, I see. So many deaths. The night stokes our rage. The grief and tears will come at dawn.
Time's not waiting.
An unheard of atrocity. Mark my words, we'll find out who was behind it.
I am prepared.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
Tartuccio's trying to set me up. He's the one who gave me this ring.
Yes. Such a gambit would be typical of Iroveti and his henchmen. And yet, it still seems suspicious. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand. He's got the eyes of a spy. And the mug of a spy!
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
I didn't do that. We were in the middle of battle and needed weapons. There was no time to run and ask permission.
An attack is no reason to break into rooms in someone else's house and pocket their property.
Stupid.
Is it not insane to be faced with death and stop to question whether you may be breaking some law or rule? Our leader acted wisely.
There is a difference between initiative taken in battle and blatant arrogation. How can someone who disregards authorities be a leader himself?
You're all imbeciles.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
People were dying right in front of me. How could I just walk by?
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but he behaved decently as a true leader.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who are to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the two teams would you prefer to accompany?
If Tartuccio allows, I would join his team. Forgive me, but I don't appreciate your willfulness.
Well, I don't appreciate that you're a drooling idiot.
And I like our leader. What wisdom lies in minding orders, laws, and rules in the face of oblivion, knowing not whether you'll be alive tomorrow? I will go with his team.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
I can at least respect that.
Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these two. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
All right, we have two teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the Stolen Lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's Crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies. I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patax. But you should know that it isn't just Patax we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless. And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, Stolen Lands. Heroes are on the way.
Restov is one of the 2 largest cities in the fertile region of Rostland in southern Brevoy. Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius leads the city, which is a trade and cultural center that borders the River Kingdoms, the Shrike River, and the Stolen Lands. As the birthplace of the Aldori dueling style, the city boasts several Aldori and Taldan dueling schools, which has led to the city being a favored place for young nobles to practice dueling championships. Most prominent among them is the Aldori Academy, widely regarded as the region's finest war college. And there's the map. "14th of Gosrin," which is April, by our reckoning. 4710, which is 1917, I think. Fun fact, everyone. Years and years ago, Paizo released an adventure path called Reign of Winter, which, mild spoilers, so I'm going to give you a moment to mute me. just in case. Late in that campaign, the players wind up, or the characters, player characters, wind up going to Earth in the year 1918. When I first read that, at least a decade ago now, I was confused by what that meant. Especially since somewhere, Paizo had said that the timeline in Pathfinder progresses in real time. So, you know, Reign of Winter was... Or, actually, I don't remember that one. But, you know, Rise of the Rune Lords, the first AP, begins in, I think, 4708, because it came out in 2008. Like, so right now it's 4726, that kind of deal. So I was like, so, yeah, like, wouldn't that mean that the players weren't just traveling through space to get to Earth, but also through time? Like, they went back in time 100 years? So, I went to the forums, to Paizo's forums, and asked that exact question. And several people from Paizo responded. I'm pretty sure James Jacobs was one of them. And it was at that point that it was revealed for the first time, anywhere, outside of the company, I assume, that Earth, I guess I should add one more detail. In the Reign of Winter books, in like the foreword to the one where the players go to Earth, they mentioned that they talked about a lot about how they should handle it from a world building perspective, and especially with regards to magic, because they, you know, obviously magic isn't like in Golarion here, but they wanted to, they didn't want to completely screw any casters in the party by just saying, well, magic doesn't work where you are, so you're going to be completely useless the whole adventure. So they went with the magic works just fine on Earth, it's just been forgotten type of dealio. But anyway, so in that forum thread, they revealed that Earth is, well, I think this was where they did it, but somewhere they revealed Earth is just an alien planet in Pathfinder and Starfinder. Like, it's not a parallel dimension or another universe or anything like that. It's just fully, like, if you had a spaceship and enough time, you could travel from Earth to Golarion with no magic needed, no wibbly-wobbly nonsense, just plain old travel. Though how long you'd need might be astronomically high, because it's, I don't think it's ever been stated, but it's kind of hinted in Starfinder that Golarion is not in the Milky Way galaxy. It might be in the Andromeda galaxy. So very far away, but not in another reality or anything like that. It's just an alien planet. And that, yeah, the 4700s by Absalom reckoning is the 20th century AD. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's also not quite a one-to-one. So, like, 4710 is not 1910. I think it might be, like, yeah, I think it's 1917 or something like that, because I want to say Reign of Winter came out in 2011, which means it was set in 4711, which would mean that would be 1918, because that's the year when they travel to Earth. But anyway, yeah. I was apparently the first person in the world to ever ask Paizo that question. That forum thread is even linked as a source on the Pathfinder wiki, or was years ago. But anyway, yeah. I'm very tired and my head is killing me. Onward! Wait, is there anything I need to do? It won't let me do anything. That's annoying. Alright. We shall follow the Shrike River west, along the South Rostland Road. A random encounter! With a pack of thylacines. Tasmanian tigers. If I remember correctly, is what those are. But anyway. Critical hit. Alright, I'm gonna 5-foot step back from this thing and then shoot it in the face. Ow.
Any last wishes?
These things are tougher than those bandits were. Or assassins. Damn.
Tear them apart! Ready for anything.
Alright, there we go.
I know what to do. All according to plan.
All according to Keikaku. What time is it? Evening? Oh, let's keep going a little bit. Alright, we can stop here for now. How do I... Now I can do things. Alright, hang on. Let me see here. Okay, I actually still have Tartuccio's ring. That's funny. So, yeah, we don't have Valerie in the party. Who would benefit most from this? Probably Amiri, actually. Yeah, AC 15. Yeah, let's give her those bracers. Wait. Why didn't it... Oh, right, it's an armor bonus. And she's wearing armor. Well, then, wait. It shouldn't be... There shouldn't be a conflict, because I'm not wearing armor, and this is a deflection bonus, not an armor bonus. Oh. What was happening before? I'm very confused. Yeah, well, whatever. Oh, these are non-magical rings. Okay. Well, anyway. Why is my AC so low? Oh, right, my dex is not that high. Right. Okay. Anyway. Camping. That's what we're doing. Alright, I don't think I need to do anything. Prepare any spells or anything of that sort. Yeah. But... Oh, I can do... Okay, now I can do this. Okay. Alright, good. Yeah. Harem, though. What spells does he have prepared? True Strike. Which is awful spell. And Bless. 2 castings of Bless. Yeah. Bane could be good. What are his domain spells? It's True Strike and Protection from Law. Neither of those are good. I guess Protection from Law, then. Yeah. Yeah, I think... You know what, let's do 1 casting of Bless and 1 casting of Bane. Yeah. So we can buff and debuff once each. And Protection from Law, we can just turn into a cure spell, I guess. And then Lindsay, Lindsay doesn't prepare spells, right? No, she just has spells. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Oh, wow. I have a +8 to my nature lore? That's shocking, actually. Alright, so I would actually... Okay, but then yes, I also have an 8 in my world lore, world knowledge. So, yeah, by far the best for that. Lindsay's not too far behind, though, but she's also got a 7 in stealth, which is the only one who's anywhere close to good. No special rolls. 7 perception for Harem. Yeah, that is probably the best we're gonna get. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Harem, why on earth did you tag along with us, huh? Why do you care where you sit as you wait for your big ending?
Oh, sometimes I wonder. But I am where Grotus's whisper has brought me. And this place is no worse than any other.
Oh, man. Well, I never said I was a good cook. Oh, well. Oleg's trading post. His abandoned border fort at the southern edge of Rossland found a new life recently. Oleg and Svetlana Levitin, a couple from Rostov, rebuilt it into a trading post. This place is now one of the few hospitable shelters for travelers in the surrounding wilderness. Wow, we actually came quite a distance, didn't we? Yeah.
Know what to do.
Save yourselves, fools!
In due time.
Buckin, wait! Nah, never mind. Oh, wait. No, he's gone. The gate hinges are deformed and the deadbolt is broken. It seems someone didn't want this gate to close. Alright, it won't let us stealth. In the name of the Stag Lord, the lawful authority in the stolen lands, we demand this week's tax, and some beer. And where's that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us dinner. Quiet down, dimwit. Oleg, we're just here for the Stag Lord's tax. Hand over the money and we'll be on our way. You want to drink some of my blood, too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. You think you control everything around here just because you put out that painted rag of yours? You come here, squeeze us dry, and come and get... Oleg, a large man with a rough face, stops talking when he notices you. Ah, you must be guests from Rostov. What's going on here? Isn't it obvious? These thugs are robbing us honest settlers. They say they're taking some tax for their leader, the Stag Lord. Oleg spits. But I didn't swear allegiance to any Stag Lords. I pay my taxes to Rostov. But Rostov is so far away, Oleg. And the Stag Lord is so close. And as for you, the young, dark-haired woman squints angrily at you. Get out of here before it's too late. This is our land. We own it. My task is to clear this land of bandits. I'll start now. Retreat! We're too few for a fight. Let's call for help from the camp. No way. Just means we can rob a few idiots instead of just one. To arms, everyone! Yeah, you stay back there, Oleg. Oh, he's got a crossbow. Oleg, no, you fool! Oh, he's fine. He's actually pretty hardy. I mean, he's still gonna die, but... I think... I can afford to use a spell slot. Prepared spell, you know what I mean. Dog. Go forth, my son. Maul my foes. There we go. Oh, damn, he's alive. That's annoying. Oh well. That's also annoying. Oh well. Bless. Okay, hang on. Advance up there. Maybe that'll be close enough. Yes, that'll hit everyone. Okay. So first, cast Bless. And on your next turn, you can cast Bane on our foes. Alright, Oleg. That's... Well, fortunately, most of them missed. They must really hate him. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Amiri, get swole. You're welcome. Damn, Lindsay, fuck! Talk about overkill. We don't need Bane. There you go, Oleg.
And so they walked on.
I am prepared.
Bunch of crap. Oh, we leveled up. We'll actually level in the morning, though. Hello, Oleg. Take that, you scoundrels! Oleg shakes his fist. But now, he scratches his head and stares at the ground gloomily. The girl got away. A plague on her. She's certain to complain to the Stag Lord. They came before to collect taxes, but this time they'll come to punish treason. Now what are we to do? He sighs heavily. If only I could send Svetlana somewhere safe and show those rats what's what. He notices a fair-haired woman approach. Dove, why are you here? I told you to stay hidden. It's all over. I saw it. I just needed to be sure you were all right. The woman looks at her husband tenderly, if with a hint of sorrow. Oleg mumbles something as he looks away, embarrassed. My name is Svetlana. I'm sorry your arrival to our trading post turned out so unwelcoming. Tell me more about yourselves. Oleg shifts uncomfortably. Surely there are more important things to discuss. Well, alright. We're just honest people who came here from Restov. We fixed up the old fort to house travelers and give merchants a place to trade with the locals. We also deal with the occasional huntsman in the area. What does any of this matter? When those bandits come back, they'll either drain us dry or just kill us. I saw someone run out of the trading post. Do you know who it was? That must have been Bakken. He sells potions. He lives out in the forest like a hermit, but he comes here every day. He knows every tree and bush in the area, and how they can help you. The Stag Lord's gang wants him to work for them. He lacks the courage to fight those bandits, but he won't just walk away from us. He has a good heart, even if he grumbles a lot, especially recently. Alright, let's get to the point. You say the bandits are going to attack again. Who are they, and when will they arrive? Oleg waves his hand sullenly. Who are they? They're the Stag Lord's gang, that's who. These lands teem with bandits, like bed bugs in a beggar's hut, and you just stirred them up. They have a camp not far from here. I expect they'll return in full force in half a day, maybe less. The Stag Lord won't take an insult like this lightly, and his henchmen are more like demons than men. Tell me as much as you know. How many bandits are there? What do they want? What do they want? Those bloodsuckers think they own this land. They come, take what they want, and steal the better part of our money every month as a toll for their leader. They even broke our gate, so we couldn't try to hide anything from them. No one knows exactly how many there are. Sometimes only 5 or 6 come. Sometimes it's a whole gang. I'd have shown them what for long ago, if not for Svetlana. Yeah, sure, whatever, bro. They claimed they were collecting taxes. Why? For the Stag Lord and his cronies, of course. That Stag Lord fancies himself a king in these parts. He may have antlers for a crown, but all the troublemakers around here are happy to follow his orders as long as they're paid. So they charge an arm and a leg as taxes, and they call their executions punishment for treason, even those who never swore allegiance to the Stag Lord. They're killed fast if they're lucky. If not, Oleg looks to Svetlana. Dove, why don't you go start supper while we finish our talk? I've no need to be protected from dark talk. I'm not some blind kitten, you know. I've seen what they do to people. Svetlana lowers her head. Most of the gang is made up of simple bandits, but there are a few monsters among the leadership, especially those close to the Stag Lord. Ox and Dovin from Nisroch come to mind. They like to make a show of their tortures and executions. My husband and I, we saw the bodies. You have nothing to fear. I'll help you deal with the attack. Well, I appreciate your good intentions. I may not have the best manners, but Oleg Levitin is the last name you'll hear accused of being ungrateful. If we manage to defend this post, I'll reward you proper. We have to hide Svetlana. Please don't argue, Dove. Now, we also need to decide on a plan. Go ahead and look around. There may be some tools that can be used for the battle. There are some pretty solid traps around, some tar, and a box of alchemist's fire, looks like. Yes. Alchemist's fire. We could put it by the gate. Light it off with a burning arrow when those bandits are nearby. But that could set the post on fire, Oleg shouts, surprised. Well, maybe if we covered the walls with something to protect them. Alright, yes, I think it could work. I'll even shoot the arrow myself. I used to be pretty good with a crossbow back in my day. Alright, can you answer a few more questions for me? Okay, enough about the bandits for now. Alright, we'll talk later. Okay. Svetlana? Oleg and Svetlana are discussing something in low but impassioned whispers. You manage to make out the words, forget about it, before they stop talking and turn to you. Alright, now we'll level up. Arcane Trickster, Stalwart Defender, Eldritch Knight, Dragon Disciple, Mystic Theurge, and Aldori Swordlord. Well, there are the prestige classes in this game. Mystic Theurge. Huh. And then Dragon Disciple. Yeah, you gotta be able to spontaneously cast spells. First level spells. Yeah. You get spells. Yeah, arcane spellcasting. It's new spells per day, as if he'd also gained a level in an arcane spellcasting class he belonged to before adding the prestige class. He does not, however, gain any other benefit a character of that class would have gained, except for additional spells per day, spells known, and an increased effective level of spellcasting. Doesn't say it has to be a one with a spontaneous casting. So, potentially, I could take a 1-level dip into Sorcerer to meet that requirement. Yeah, in practice, I wouldn't actually be getting that much out of this, though. Especially since you don't get the flight. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's actually any flying in this game. They very much do not have, like, you know, terrain stuff. That kind of verticality and the strategy that you can do with with the terrain, like in BG3. Not a thing in this at all. Every fight takes place in basically an open area or a flat room, pretty much. So yeah, we'll just take a second level of wizard, that's fine. Yeah. Fuck it. Alright. And then, yeah, we get to learn 2 more first level spells. Let me see here. Alright. Well, that's my second level. Do I get to prepare more spells? Yes, 1 more. I'm pretty sure I can have as many creatures summoned at a time as I have the spell prepared. Of course, right now, each summoning only lasts for 2 rounds. So in practice, I could, you know, have 2 on the field at a time, basically, but yeah. Maybe I should prepare shield or grease. Grease could be good. Let's go with shield. Yeah. Alright. Hiram.
Justice awaits us.
Let's level you up. And he does not have very many skill ranks. I'm okay with that.
The end draws near.
Yes, the skill monkey. I don't know if Lindsay's persuasion skill helps me at all, but I guess it can't really hurt. Bard talent. Weapon focus. Canny observer. She gives her a +4 bonus to perception. Combat trick. Fast stealth. Iron guts. Skill focus. Terrain mastery. A bunch of shit she doesn't meet the prerequisites for. Yeah, I guess weapon focus. Crossbow, because... Oh, right, you have to specify what type of crossbow. Well, I mean... Hang on, what would this be? Gives her more options, actually, is all it does. Point blank shot. I like that. We'll go with point blank shot. That's good. And then she gets to learn a new spell. Cause fear, feather step, feather step. Huh. Flare burst grease, haze of dreams. That's total shit, actually. Hideous laughter. Hypnotism. That could be good. Remove fear, sleep. Summon monster 1, touch of gracelessness. Unbreakable heart. Huh. Vanish. Oh, jeez. Let's go with sleep. Alright. And lastly, Amiri. Yeah. Hold on. Lethal stance gives +1 to attack rolls, increasing by 1 for every 4 levels. Reckless stance does the same thing. Technically, it applies to all attacks rather than just melee attacks and thrown weapons, but like, who cares? Especially for this character. But also gives her a -1 penalty to AC, and those increase every 4 levels. So Reckless Stance is just a shittier lethal stance. Huh. Okay. Definitely lethal stance. Alright. Yeah. That works. A frail, disheveled old man wearing a stained and tattered robe gives you a gloomy look. I'm Buchan, local herbalist. What brings you here? Tell me about yourself. What's there to tell? I'm an herbalist. Make potions and sell them. Gather herbs, roots, berries, herbs. Buchan sighs. I live in the forest, live off the land. Since leaving Restor for these parts, I ended up a merchant here at Oleg and Svetlana's post. They let me in out of kindness, help me with things. They bring me water or firewood when it's cold, and the occasional barrel of honey. They're good people. We could use your help fighting the bandits. Where's this coming from? You want an old man like me to fight? Here, take this potion. Consider that my help in your fight. The bandits here bother you as much as Svetlana and Oleg, maybe more. Help us get rid of them for good. Buchan scratches his head, then hums to himself and puffs his chest out. Well, all right. I'll show those troublemakers. They'll learn better than to chase an old man around. Someone might even write up some verses about me. Maybe even heroic ones. Lindsay gives you a worried glance, then turns to Buchan. Please be careful. Go ahead and help, but leave the heroics to us. You hear? Yes, what she said. You know, just do what you can, but, like, don't put yourself in danger. You can die. We can't. Unless we TPK, but, like, what are the odds of that, right?
I need a challenge.
Foreshadowing. The old well has been renovated and cleaned. It even has a new roof. Good for you. A heavy crossbow. Longsword and 2 bucklers. Alright. That crossbow.
Time's not waiting.
Okay, yeah, I don't need to worry about who's holding what. Can Lindsay use heavy crossbows? Yes. It is the same amount of damage. What the hell? That's not right. Why is it a D8? Is it because she's a tiny little baby? It's because she's a tiny little baby. So her light crossbow, because it's sized for a halfling, only does 1d6 damage instead of the usual d8. Right, okay. Well, yeah, she'll use a heavy crossbow, so she does more. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Anyway.
Let's go.
There's a lot of animals. Around here. There's some disgusting slush in the pot. This seems to be tar. Spill the tar near the trading post entrance to help slow down the bandits. Heavy mace, jasper, and 10 gold.
Each step brings us closer to the end.
Focus on the goal.
Focus on D's nuts. I'm sorry. Potatoes.
No mistakes.
Taters, precious. Well, I mean, that
just follows in my steps.
Appears to be everything. I guess I'll look around and see if there's anything else I can interact with or do.
On my way.
But it's not looking like it. Yeah.
I'm by your side.
I think that's about the best we're gonna get. Yeah, we can't go inside. Can we buy shit from Bakken? No. Alright. Oleg. I'd like to see your goods. Don't know what good trading will serve if those bloodsuckers come back and take everything, but alright, have a look. I mean, if you want to give me your shit for free, by all means. What is these? Ever-burning torches. I guess I'll hold on to that. There's a whole bunch of worthless treasure here. The Curse of Ancient Yobaria by Hastif Tell us, O teacher, why would Brevoy call us barbarians in the books you give us? The gods became angry with our homeland, my son. This land has devoured so many great empires, as if it was unwilling to bear life. There are centuries-old ruins around our settlement. They were ravaged by a star that fell from the sky. The kingdom of the Cyclopes was the first victim of its curse. New settlers claimed this land 10 centuries later to establish a beautiful country named Yobaria, which stretched from the Lake of Mists and Veils to the Castrovan Sea. But the curse still lay upon these lands, and trouble came once again. Our ancestors suffered numerous maladies, the tear plague, the char death, the choking death, one after another, leaving only pain behind. People say that Otiv the Necromancer was to blame, but who knows, a great civilization was turned to dust. This is why I'm teaching you. Brevoy shouldn't make fun of you or call you barbarians. Anyway, Yobaria is the region east of Brevoy. Beyond the edge of the map, to the northwest of the in-game map that you saw earlier. Yes. Copper ring, whole bunch of potions, TN ink. I mean, these are in cooking ingredients, so I guess we'll hold on to those, I guess. Yeah. Cooking Almanac of the Inner Sea by Jubilos Narthropple. It is perhaps Aveston's most popular dish. In the capital of Cheliax, it is baked in a cheese crust and sprinkled with lemon juice. The local fishermen use a different cooking method in Kadira, which is on the opposite end of Aveston. There you will find it finely chopped and mixed. you will find it finely chopped and mixed cold ingredients. I'm gonna assume that's a typo and it's supposed to be mixed with cold ingredients. The exact origin of the dish remains unknown, but it is generally believed to have been invented in Anderon and spread around the globe by seafarers and pilgrims. It served as plain pâté in its most basic version. To prepare it, soak the herring in spiced marinade, then mince it into a spreadable paste. Add a mashed tart green apple, hard-boiled quail eggs, the freshest butter you can find, and half an onion. The list of ingredients may vary in the inland regions. In the region of Nermathus, beef or lamb is used for this snack. I once tasted a highly original and equally highly disgusting version cooked with milk and mushrooms on the border of Druma. Huh. Okay. Potion of Enlarged Person. Carved beads. Scroll of Bless, Scroll of Shield of Faith, Silver Disc. Whole bunch of random crap. That shall be sold. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. I don't think we have any need for this light crossbow now, so... Okay, yeah, I don't think we actually use pelts for anything. Rations, spoon, rope, potatoes. Actually, maybe we should hold on to the rope. Yeah, we should hold on to the rope. But the rest can go away. Alrighty. Various masterwork weapons. Oh, some +1 weapons. Which are way outside our current price range. How much gold do I have? 797. Yeah, that's not happening. Armor, heavy shield. Yeah. +1 ring of protection. Lesser reach metamagic rod. Huh. And a recipe for seasoned wings and thighs. Perfect.
I know what to do.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing else I can do here, so... is there anything else? No. I'm prepared for the attack. Get in your positions and wait. Amiri flexes her shoulders. Finally, a fight! I was bored with all that talking. Well, these aren't the heroics I was hoping to write about, but I guess even the greatest heroes had to start somewhere. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, be careful, and please, don't let Oleg do anything too risky. Svetlana, go hide inside. We're going to go meet our guests. Kobolds eat me alive! What's this? Wow. Yep. Yep. Well, we're not in even the slightest bit of danger anymore. What? Action is a rage. It's a free action. Oh, and now charge. Excellent. Oh, shield is a standard action in Pathfinder? Forgot about that. Yeah. It lasts much longer, though. Yeah. 1 minute per level, so it basically lasts a whole fight. Haps Biden. He's already dead. He didn't even... Oh, that is funny as fuck. There's a few more in the back, though. Bakken, no, don't run forward, you silly fool. Oh, no. Alright, good. They're going for the obvious threat. Well, he's not. We must save Bakken. You must save my family! Alright. Should I even bother summoning my dog? I don't think so. Most of them are already dead. Yeah, fuck it. Enlarge person is a full round to cast? Yeah, it is. Huh. Well, alright. Oh, god damn it. Alright, Lindsay. Oh my god. There we go.
I'm going. Don't rush me.
Short sword, leather armor, a magical cloak of some kind from Haps. And a bunch of crap. It's a cloak of resistance +1. Alright, I mean, I'll take it. Yeah. Excellent.
Ready for anything. I am prepared.
I'll try to do
it. About time.
We sure showed them what's what. Oleg is breathing heavily, but he shakes his fist in the air menacingly. You rats got what you deserved. Now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. And our Bakken here taught him a thing or two as well. Why is that a glossary? Huh. Yeah. Well, anyway. Now, my lord, head on up to the guest rooms on the 2nd floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to, clean things up. And this is for your efforts. Now, don't offend me by trying to turn it down, just take it. An honest fight deserves an honest reward. If that were more common practice in this world, I think life would be so much better. We'll talk tomorrow. I still need to clean this mess. Getting rid of all this blood will take forever.
Time's not waiting.
I'm glad it's all over, even if there was a fight. We'll talk tomorrow once I've finished working. Oh, what's this? Is that going to cause problems later? Well, I guess we'll see.
Focus on the goal.
There's a cat up here. Personal stash. A potion of vanish. Some random shit. A scroll of brave enfeeblement. A magic belt of some kind. Tiger. A beautiful tiger-striped orange tabby. Tiger may not be the friendliest kitten, but he'll happily curl up next to you while you sleep. Summons a pet cat. Cat's feral instincts provide +2 morale bonus on perception and nature lore checks. Huh. Ember. Don't be fooled by this creature's appearance. Ember is a true monster, capable of one day destroying the world. Until that day comes, she pretends to be just an ordinary cute red panda. Okay. Blessed Signet. Grants us the ability to cast Bless as a first-level cleric 3 times a day. A light, warm ring surrounded by a subtle glow. Its wearer enjoys the favor of the divine forces.
No mistakes.
Okay. Guide for Travelers, Hunters, and Explorers of the River Kingdoms, Volume 5. Monsters and Beasts. Will-o-wisp. An amusing, glowing ball, which looks harmless and doesn't arouse any natural suspicion. Pretends to be a guiding light in the marshes, but leads travelers to certain death. The agonizing fear of their victims is this monster's nourishing dinner. If you manage to resist their tricks, make sure you have some electrical protection. The monster electrocutes any visitors it fails to lure into terror. Werewolf. Werewolves prefer to hunt in groups and attack lone travelers. It's entirely possible that a Varisian camp or troop could turn into a pack of bloodthirsty lycanthropes under cover of darkness. Ordinary weapons stand little chance against them, but a silver blade greatly increases your chances of survival. Primals. Powerful creatures of the primal realm occasionally visit this world for amusement. It's best to stay out of a primal's way. Don't fight it. It's extremely dangerous, but if a life is at stake, resort to cold steel.
Ready for anything.
Alright, let me see here. I equip these pets? In what slot? Explorer's Belt. This belt can give you the endurance to brave all the hardships awaiting on a journey through the uncharted lands, but it can't help those who lack curiosity and wanderlust. +2 to Constitution. And to saving throws against diseases, fatigue, and exhaustion. Hot damn. Yeah. Yeah, why not?
I am prepared.
Yeah, we can just fully have 3 little pets. A dog, a cat, and a red panda. I love it. I don't know why this is a thing, but yeah, and there's the cat. Yeah. Alright, we've just got a shit ton of pets. Cool. Alright, hang on, let me check something real quick before we continue this. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, my headache is starting to get notably bad, so we won't be going much further, but we will go a little bit further. You wake up from a nasty dream that tortured you almost all night long. Mood. In it, you saw a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounded you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out of the window, And you find out that the fog was not a figment of your imagination, not a dream. And then...
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please.
The half-transparent outline of a beautiful nymph appears before you. Even in this ghostly form, it's clear that she's exhausted. Her shoulders are slouched, and her large blue eyes burn within her pale face. Her voice is barely more than a whisper as she reaches toward you. It seems that only you can see or hear the nymph. Well, I'm glad my adventure begins with such a beautiful sight.
Beauty is so tender. It can so easily be crushed under the blows of cruel fate. But you can save it from being undone.
Is that the BG3 Dungeon Master voice actress? I'm gonna have to check that. Anyway, sparks light up and fade in the nymph's huge eyes. Who are you?
Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself. The bitter sigh of nature.
No, it's not.
I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. A defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish.
I have heard her voice before, but I think it's a different woman. I think I've heard her in the Divinity games. Anyway, what do you want from me?
Aid. Salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon, even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk.
The Stag Lord is responsible for the fog?
Yes. It hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him.
How can I help you?
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. My powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
All right, I understand. Farewell.
I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
The nymph's whisper fades as she disappears.
I know what to do.
It looks like every time I rest, my dog familiar remains, but our little pets do not. Or maybe they can only manifest in dangerous areas? I don't know. We'll find out. You know what? Hang on. My curiosity demands that I Google. Whoops. Okay. Kingmaker. VA. Let's see here. I don't need her stats. Okay, you're worthless. Okay. Do you not somehow know what the word, what VA stands for? You silly bastards. Amelia Tyler. Oh! It is the PG-3 DM. Yeah! It is the same person. Wait a minute. Is she... Well, she was in Original Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2 as well. If she was in Divinity 2 as well, then I'll know for sure that she is in fact the same person I was thinking of across all of these. She has been in a lot of games. Okay, I don't think she was in Divinity 2. So it must just be a similar voice. Someone with a similar voice that I'm thinking of. But yes, it is in fact her. Yeah. Who plays that character. Hilarious. Hello, Lindsay. A halfling girl with tousled hair wearing a dusty traveler's outfit sits, chewing the tip of her quill. Why that needed to be called out, as though I haven't known her for multiple days at this point, I don't know. Just a moment. How should I put this? Oh, I know. She scribbles something quickly in a notebook, scrawled with a verse. Hiccups. Raises her eyes and gives you a bright smile. Oh, hi. So tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Where are you from? I'm from all over. Ha ha. I was actually born in Galt, in such a tiny village that it's not even on the maps. If it weren't for my teacher, I'd still be living there, milking goats, eating turnips, swilling homebrew, having babies, and using books only as kindling. Who was your teacher? He's a true saint. He was once an important person in the capital at the Church of Shellen, but he got in trouble with the authorities and went on a self-imposed exile to the tiniest, most gods-forsaken, priestless village he could find, the one where I was born. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers wouldn't let him. You can heal us all you like, but no putting any ideas into our children's heads. It'll only distract them from their work. But he did teach me on the sly. He taught me how to read, how to write, and he gave me books, poems, legends. He was the one who told me about the Arch Knights of Aveston. And when I told him I was going on a journey, he gave a magic ring so that Shellen would protect me from harm. I haven't seen him since I ran away from home. I hope he's all right. I ask Shellen every day to grant him a long life, and new students. Arch Knights of Aveston? Who are they? Oh, you haven't heard of them? How can you be a hero without knowing one of the most epic stories in the history of stories? No, I won't spoil anything. You should just read about them, yourself, every single chapter. Their adventures are what gave me the idea of going on a heroic quest and writing about it to begin with. And now look at me here. Look at me. Here I am, on a heroic quest. I mean, yeah, I guess you are. How'd you become a bard? When I realized there was nothing for me at home besides more radish patches, I decided to run away. A traveling book peddler, Tessie the Quill, happened to cross our village. Well, I stuck to her like a burr and wouldn't let go until she agreed to take me as an apprentice. Together we traveled everywhere, to Brevoy and Taldor and even Ustalav, and then I found out about the Academy of Grand Arts in Pitax, and I thought, well, I love reading stories, so I can surely learn to write them, too. I enrolled on my first try, and they even gave me a scholarship. Then they expelled me. But that's okay. They'd already taught me all the important stuff, and now, with Shellen's help, I can manage on my own. Do you worship Shellen? Yes, not to offend the other gods, but she's the most important of them all. All the other gods guard the world as it is, but only the eternal Rose, the goddess of beauty, calls us to the world as it should be. That's an interesting interpretation. No. Why are your clothes so messy? Lindsay waves her hand carelessly. Forget it. I can't waste money on looks. I'd rather buy books instead. We are, truly, two of a kind. In 100 years, when people are reading my works, they aren't going to ask whether the author had holes in her sleeves. Point. Of course, please, ask. I'd be happy to chat all day. You come from Pathfinder, right? Tell me about it. Oh, I love Pathfinder, even though they kicked me out. A joyful place. What is life in Pathfinder like? Actually, Pathfinder has always been one huge nest of thieves. Bandits, river pirates, smugglers, fences, card sharps. It's always been home for the likes of them. But that was before Iravetti became king. With him, a whole different life began there. Iravetti always wanted to make history, but not as another bandit with a crown, though that's exactly what he is. He wanted to be glorified through the centuries as a great patron of the arts. So he built the Academy of Grand Arts and spent lots of gold to assemble the best artists, poets, and musicians. Of course, the very best ones refused to go, but he got what he wanted, in a way. If Pathfinder was once just a booze barn for thieves, now it's a cabaret. What do you know of King Iravetti? He won his crown in a game of cards, which says as much about Pathfinder as it does about him. He's fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that from the moment he appeared, he started pulling off, yeah, it's a typo, pulling off such schemes that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him in charge, gold flooded into Pathfinder. And also, he's incredibly, unimaginably, fantastically decadent and conceited. Getting drunk with whores at the pub? That's not Lord Iravetti style. Oh no, he aims higher. Dressing up like a male Callistria with a golden codpiece and holding a 3-week orgy with dancing on the rooftops, parades, public executions, and a contest for the best ode to the great unrivaled king, that's more like it. Jesus. He also likes singing, and he orders his guards to make the citizens gather for his shows. May Shellen have mercy on his listeners. Tell me about this academy you studied at. You know, jokes aside, I'm thankful to Iravetti for building it, but he has no taste at all, whatsoever. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying His Royal Highness. He kicked out the best charcoal artist because he didn't wish to spend money on grey scribbles. He sacked a masterful flute player from Tianxia for playing too quietly, and instead ordered them to open a kettle drum class. He even ordered the academy to expel me. And for what? An innocent limerick. Uh-huh. Would you like to go back to the academy and finish your studies? I'd like to return, but on one condition. If they threw out 3/4 of the professors who teach there now and returned all the ones they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to have been expelled. If my art was to Iravetti's liking, then I would have reason to be ashamed. As long as mediocre lickspittles sit at the academy and those with real talent beg on the streets of Pathfinder, I will not cross the threshold of that place. Yeah. Preach, Lindsay. Tell me about that book you're writing. What is there to tell? You've seen some of my rough drafts already, haven't you? It's a book about you and your adventures. I am writing the whole truth just as it happened. Well, the whole artistic truth. You know, no glory, no story. Why are you writing it? What's the point? When I was at the academy, Eobald the Insightful began his literature course with the question, "What is a person?" And he answered, "A person is a storytelling animal." Our world does not consist of things, all these woods, seas, and cities. It consists of stories about those things. The stories we tell to ourselves and to each other. Just think about it. Centuries will pass, and there will be no me and no you. All your subjects will be long gone, but you and I will live on in people's memories and influence their deeds thanks to this very book. No offense, but your command of language is not that good. That's not true at all. I mean, it yo-yos, to be honest. Probably depending on who's writing a given piece of her dialogue. But, Well, whatever. The truth doesn't hurt me. Who do you think my most severe critic is? That's right, it's me. This is my first real book, and I have much yet to learn, but don't you worry. I will do your feats justice. And if I put my foot in my mouth here and there, then we can print a second edition, revised and corrected. Your book is full of inconsistencies. Well, yes, I can admit that. Sometimes one has to bend a few details for the sake of dramatic effect. It's called poetic truth. I write about everything as if I saw it with my own eyes, even the parts of the adventure that I wasn't around for, but I do always carefully question everyone who was with you at the time. Think of it as a general picture. In the end, you're the hero of this book, and I'm just the storyteller. So what kind of character am I? Truth be told, I was a little afraid of meeting a real hero. In books, they're all protectors of the weak and poor, but what about in real life? But you eased all my fears with 2 shakes of a tail. You're a true hero, just like the legends. My new fear is that in 100 years, my readers will say that people like you never existed. But I'm writing the truth. Sometimes you follow the rules, and sometimes you make up your own. Your actions are hard to predict. It's what makes you so interesting to read about. Yeah. How do you feel about me reading your work in progress? Well, these are only drafts, but of course you're welcome to read them. Just keep in mind that even if you don't like what I write about, I won't change a single letter, so don't even ask. Of course, it's a book about you, but it's my book, understand? The small writer's eyes glow rebelliously. As long as you write the truth, I have no objection. I swear. Lindsay puts her little hand over her heart. Truth. Only truth. And just a teensy bit of imaginative exaggeration. Tell me about your friendship with Tessie the Quill. What's there to say? The books woke my urge to travel, but it was only thanks to Tessie that I managed to really get out of my village. At first, Tessie tried in vain to get rid of me, but later, when I told her I was staying in Pathfinder, she even shed a tear. I wonder where she is now. What's the deal with that ring you always wear on your finger? Ah, this. Lindsay holds her arm for you to get a clear view of the ring. It was a gift to me from my first teacher. It's magical, imbued by the powers of Shellen, no less. When I get myself in trouble, it transports me to a safe spot. So, please don't be angry with me if I suddenly disappear from a fight. I'll wait for you here. Promise. Just don't leave without me. Of course, I could just write whatever you tell me, but if I wanted to stay cooped up in a dusty room, I'd still be sleeping through lectures at the academy. Yeah, because Lindsay is, like, the meta-narrator, she can't die. Honoriel 8 Eyes. The elf looks straight at you, through the tangled hair falling over her face. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the stolen lands. You aren't the only one of your kind here. Take my advice. Keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the ones who call themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started the day with a jug of wine. Who are you? The elf grunts. Honoriel 8 Eyes. Once upon a time, I was famous throughout Absalom. Honoriel 8 Eyes of the Reckless Six. Well, glory passes quickly. A few miserable decades later, and no one recognizes you on the street anymore. What a shame. What are you doing here? I sit here waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. We may be sitting here in a backwoods tavern, but in Absalom I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They have brave hearts but shallow pockets. A little gold would be a welcome change for them. I can send them a message, and they'll come from Absalom through a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign, and we'll arrange everything right away. Also, I can summon tutors from the Pathfinder Society, who can retrain you and your companions. They're quite willing to do this for free, the first 3 times you request their services. After that, the price for retraining will gradually increase, such as their way of doing business with all new clients. Yeah, you can make custom characters to use in place of the NPC characters, but, like, why the fuck would you do that? And then retraining. Why are you called 8 Eyes? Once, long ago, I could spot an enemy and pin him to the wall before he could even think of attacking. Some said I had 8 eyes and looked all around at once, though it seems I outlived my nickname. Honoriel stretches her arm forward. Her palm trembles noticeably. I've been drinking so much lately, it's best I don't test my skills too often. Where were you when the trading post was attacked? I was hunting. Got a little lost in the mist, which is the first time that's happened to me. I guess I should go easier on the drink, but don't you imagine I'd be scared of a good fight. If only I'd known I was missing all the action. But I see you've got everything under control. Would you like to join me? No. I've got enough things to do already. You'd better manage on your own. A famous Pathfinder here in the middle of nowhere. Why? You want to know how one could exchange the life of a Pathfinder for this sorry, drunken rat hole. The light in Honoriel's eyes goes out as if someone had blown out a candle. You lose all your friends because of one scumbag, and then you'll understand. I was the only one to return from the final campaign of the Reckless Six, and whatever is left of me can't be called a Seeker anymore. Honoriel remains silent for a long time, as if wondering if she wishes to poke the old wound. Here's the story. Our leader, Vermelt, was the best of us. Wise, brave, friends with everyone. One of those friends, a Divian adressant, sent him a disturbing letter. He'd stumbled upon mention of some ancient books on the art of necromancy. Secrets like those are best left hidden forever. Trust me, I've seen what that kind of magic can do. The elf bites her lip. To make a long story short, these volumes were supposedly hidden in the catacombs of Gallowspire. Oh dear. We decided that the books should be retrieved and kept safe by the Society. We gathered in a tavern, discussed the expedition, then proceeded to Ustalav. It was a normal mission, a quick and quiet recovery. Honoriel smiles bitterly, but everything turned out to be much more complicated. We barely made it through the Witchgate Forest, all those terrible living trees, undead druids and their archers of bone. It was a miracle we managed to make it out alive. We'd chosen Wren Church to stop at. It was marked on Vermelt's map as a safe enough haven to hole up in and lick our wounds. How I wish that had been true. Vermelt was the first to perish. He was attacked by one of the monsters hiding in the stables. Tossed him about like a feather and threw him down an ancient well. His shout echoed for a long time, and I didn't hear the sound of him landing, and then Honoriel pauses and turns away, hiding her eyes. Nah, I shouldn't have gotten into this. Who am I to stir up others' feelings with all my chatter? You better forget about it for now. Maybe I'll tell you some more some other time. Not today. It's one of those things. I want to know more about the Pathfinder Society. What exactly are you interested in? What is the purpose of the Society? It's a school of adventurers. We search for those who are eager to test their skills, and we educate them and give them ideas about where on Golarion they might seek their fortune. They look for forgotten knowledge, secrets, and lost artifacts. They're explorers and pathfinders. We're a sort of mutual assistance club for adventure lovers. We exchange experience, share knowledge, and keep careful records, in case it proves useful to future expeditions. And also we publish books for thrill seekers and bored urban teenagers from wealthy families. What kind of members does the Society have? All sorts of adventurers. We have representatives from all races, religions, and beliefs. The Grand Lodge is in Absalom, but there are many smaller lodges throughout Golarion, and the venture captains direct pathfinders to their goals from across all the corners of the world. There are many renowned heroes in the Society, and many scoundrels as well, whose service to the Society has brought them fame. Who does the Society support? I mean, who does it serve? No one in particular. Pathfinders try not to get involved in the quarrels of others. They serve only the spirit of adventure, and sometimes they happen to save the world. Now, that doesn't mean there are no black sheep among the Seekers. Alright. The Society is an interesting community, and there's much to tell about it. Regarding your story, Honoriel looks at you silently, so we can ask for a recap of the first bit. What happened in Wren Church? The elf shakes her head. Yeah. We gotta come back to that later. Yep. Alright. We've exhausted her dialogue for the time being. Svetlana. Good day. I hope you're feeling alright after that battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. What did you want to ask me about? Svetlana lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Staglord's thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring. Just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket, really, but it meant so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, fearing that I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid, and everyone around would laugh. Svetlana interrupts herself, shaking her head gently. If you happen to find my ring among the bandits' possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved inside the band. Svetlana drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There is one more thing. Among the bandits, there's a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy if you have the chance. I'll be happy to help. Svetlana. Blah. Svetlana nods. I'm so grateful for your help. Tell me about yourself. How did you and your husband find the courage to establish a trading post in the Stolen Lands? It was Oleg's idea, though I supported him in it. We didn't realize how dangerous it was here, of course. In Rostov, everyone respects the Sword Lords, and everyone's accustomed to relying on them. Even the mention of someone like Lady Jamandi could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. It could maybe even work in some places here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. What can you tell me about the Stag Lord? He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the Stolen Lands into his personal kingdom. A kingdom of fear and oppression. It would be a kingdom of lawlessness. Once I've dealt with the Stag Lord, your life will improve. I can't thank you enough for the hope you've given me, but please be careful. The Stag Lord is extremely dangerous. I have to go. Farewell. We've got a side quest. Okay, yes. The pets are... Oh, he's adorable. Oh my god, look at him. Or her? Ember was a girl, right? Yeah, it doesn't say now. Where's the cat? Where's Tiger? My dog is here. And Ember is here, but... I don't see Tiger anywhere. That's weird. And I don't have the option to, like... summon him. Oh, well, whatever. Hello, Bakken. Bakken puts his hands on his hips. Ha! Old Bakken still knows a few tricks to impress these blood-sucking dummies. Enough hiding in the damn bushes, I say. Can I help you in any way? Bakken glances at you, suddenly interested. Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there, but the place has been overrun by spiders. The berries are red. Look a lot like raspberries. Fangberries, I call them. I'd be real grateful if you could gather a basket of them and brought them back. Just be quick if you do. They'll spoil quickly. Those spiders in the cave are mean. Here, let me give you some alchemical fire. Crafted it myself. Burn those spiders to a crisp. That'll teach them for taking over my Fangberry cave. I also need a bucket of moon radishes. They're a rare and mysterious plant. I don't know where to find them, but I know that kobolds gather them and value them highly. Not a huge deal, really. I'd do it myself if I were younger, but if you're willing, I'll pay you 3 potions for the berries and a purse full of coins for the radishes. Why do you need these things, Bakken? You want to know, huh? Well, I'll gladly tell you. After you bring some to me. Alright. Bakken glances at you, hopefully. Just watch out, alright? Don't end up someone's lunch. Remind me what you do here. Okay, yeah, we've read that. Tasks. And now we can buy stuff from him. And yes, we have another side quest. Well, since we're... never mind. Yes, many potions. And also some magic scrolls. Wands. Oh. A wand of mage armor. With 50 charges because it's brand spanking new. Yeah, I need that. I want it. Also a wand of snowball, which would be really nice, but I can only afford 1 wand right now, so... Oh, I need to buy this, too. Of Transmutations and Bodily Poisons, Part 2. Truly blessed and enlightened is that learned man or wise woman whose gaze has pierced the mysteries of alchemy. This path fortifies the spirit, sharpens the mind, and teaches temperance in all things. Even the petty and the shallow have, through ardor in their pursuit of alchemical knowledge, achieved virtue. And nevertheless, this art is not without its dangers. An alchemist who turns to imbibing his own concoctions, as is custom among the young and impatient, may wreak havoc upon his very nature. For a potion is not merely a concoction, but a mixture of primes which the naked eye cannot see. These basic elements of spirit, once they take root within, may intermingle and converge, and through their union poison the soul, compel deeds most disgraceful, or excite with the temper of a demon. Yeah. Can I scribe spells from scrolls into my spellbook? Yes. Excellent. Alright, cool. Oleg. Greetings! Oleg seems to be in a good mood and greets you warmly. You certainly ruffled those villains' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like it before. The road to Restov looks like someone spilled milk and it just hung in the air. I couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. Feels like witchcraft to me. I'd bet the Stag Lord's involved somehow. Rumors say he deals with all kinds of bad magic. Tell me about yourself. Why open a trading post in such a dangerous place? I just dislike the noise. Oleg answers reluctantly. I'm from Restov. Oh, shit. Cities are complicated. Lots of people, and each with their place on the shelf. Bow before this one, fear this other. Don't do business with the third, but be sure to be extra nice to the fourth. And villages are little better. Everyone likes to stick their noses into each other's business. I just wanted a place where I could be my own master. So I ended up here. I need to take care of the Stag Lord. Do you know of anything that could help me find him? That's quite a task you've set yourself on. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area, but only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location of the fortress is a heavily guarded secret, and with this fog hanging around, I'd imagine it'd be even harder to find. I suppose you could try to follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. They came from the southwest, the side of the Thorn River. The fortress might be there, or at least some large camp of theirs where you can find information. What else can you tell me about the Stag Lord? Not much. I don't think I've sat down and shared a cup of wine with the man, you know? But I think he arrived in the Stolen Lands less than a year ago, from what I've heard. But as soon as he got here, he took over everything. I wrote to Restov, tried to warn them that the Stag Lord wasn't some typical gang leader, but they didn't listen. The rumors about him are horrible. He'll kill a person if they so much as disagree with him. He never reveals his face. Those who've seen him up close report the same thing. Ugly scars cover every inch of his skin not covered by his clothes. The Stag Lord's past is a mystery. He just arrived one day. He was immediately a power to be reckoned with. I guess the most surprising thing about him is that he has as many followers who admire him as he has minions who obey him out of fear. He's got some inner strength in him. Or maybe an inner madness. There are many who seem to follow him because of that madness, like it was some kind of virtue. So he's the Joker. Alright. Let's sell some loot. Now that we need for something later. But I think the rest of this we can get rid of. That isn't a... golden trinket, statuette, incense, pyrite brooch. We'll hold on to the rope. And I think that's everything. Yeah. Alrighty. Hiram. Hiram pulls his beard, muttering something that could be either prayers or curses. Upon noticing you, he winces. Hey, what? Ah, it's you, Arcasvethix. Did I startle you? I'm sorry. Oh no, that doesn't matter. I was just contemplating the futility of existence and the worthlessness of the universe. The ways of Grotus are great. My humble mortal mind cannot fully grasp them, but I do what I can. Hiram smiles apologetically. Tell me about your past. My life is divided into two parts. The first was filled with blind wandering, doubts, and attempts to serve Torag. The second part began when I accepted Grotus into my soul and received a clear vision of the world. What exactly would you like to know? Where are you from? My life story began in Larad, a city of dwarven clerics and acolytes. They served Torag and the other dwarven gods. Torag's brothers, Angrad and Magrum, Torag's wife Fulgrit, his daughter Bolka, his sons Grundanar, Coles, and Trud, and also Torag's sister Drangvit. Hiram curves his lips in contempt. I wouldn't be surprised if they built a temple to Torag's pet dog. Sorry, let myself get carried away. Hiram sighs and pulls his beard several times. Larad is the second largest dwarven city in the Five Kings Mountains. It's built up around numerous temple caverns, which serve as places of worship for all the dwarven gods. Many pilgrims from every corner of Galarian come to Larad and pray to their gods. Some remain to live there. This city is simply imbued with faith. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cleric. It's no surprise, inspired by the aura of this city, that I decided as a young boy to dedicate all my efforts to becoming a cleric of Torag. You once tried to serve Torag? Not just tried, it was a burning passion. I craved it by day and dreamt of it at night. Hiram shakes his head as if amazed by his own stupidity. You see, Arcasvethix, from my first days I felt the presence of the god at my back. I heard his whispers and felt his power though the nature of this power was unclear to me. I thought Torag himself was trying to speak to me, and I did all I could to understand his words. Oh, what a naive fool I was. I had no idea that Torag, that uncompromising, conceited god glamorized by all dwarves, was capable of betrayal. He turned away from me, Arcasvethix. He left me in the hour when I put all my hopes in him and desperately needed his support. Torag is the god of craftsmanship, so every follower, especially the clerics, must smith their own suit of armor. The day when this work is finished is like the second birthday for a dwarf. He's newly born in the eyes of Torag. Hiram sighs heavily and falls silent for a time. My second birthday never came. I couldn't make armor, not even a sword, not even a simple nail. My hammer smashed my fingers and fell on my feet. Molten iron burned my hands. The clerics laughed as they healed me. They used to say I was cursed by Torag. So finally, I gave up any attempt to please the betrayer god. Even if Torag really has rejected you, is that enough reason to leave your homeland? You don't know much about dwarves. Hiram lets out a sad sigh. How can a dwarf cursed by Torag go on living in a city where every single soul bows to Torag? I was alone, disgraced, humiliated, insulted. A lone tear glints in the light before sliding down Hiram's cheek and hiding in his beard. I was trying to drown my sorrows in drink, but even the owner of the cheapest pub on the road would laugh at me while he put those mugs in front of me. I couldn't take it any longer. I wanted everything to end. But there was one thing that kept me going and prevented me from ending my life. I could still hear that divine whisper behind my back. It was yet faint. It took a long time before I could hear it clearly, but having heard it once, I could never forget it. It was clear that none of Larad's deities favored me, so I left the Five Kings Mountains and went out searching. I didn't think dwarves ever worshipped Grotus. How did you learn about him? Oh, but that blessed day became the beginning of a new life. Alone and abandoned by all, I spent many dull hours in a filthy tavern by the roadside. I don't recall the town, or even the country. I had no money. In fact, all I had was a hunk of stale bread. I was weary and almost fainting from hunger. And that was the moment when the whisper from my god became more clear. It was like he was calling me. At last, my sufferings had come to an end. It was a miracle, Arcasvethix, and I'd paid full price for it with my torments. I couldn't control myself. I walked out of the tavern and straight into the nearest forest. And there I found the ruined temple of Aradin, the lost god. Several figures clad in robes were holding a silent service there, a service to a god I knew nothing of. None minded when I stood beside them. The first time in my life I felt myself at home. My new brothers told me they were clerics of Grotus, the god of the end times. They were traveling round Galarian, spreading the teachings of Grotus, despite all the persecution, contempt, and misjudgment they received from others. I gladly shared this burden with them, for now I knew whose voice had whispered to me through all those years. Wait, so you couldn't make even a simple nail, and you blamed Torag? Are you suggesting that my problem was not a curse, just my own inability to work with metal? Or maybe you're saying I was just too lazy? Hiram looks into your eyes defiantly, his hands trembling with suppressed rage as he runs his fingers over his beard. You're a fool if you think so, an ignorant fool. Have you ever met a dwarf who can't handle a smith's hammer? Even our children craft knives. No. Torag is the cause of my sufferings. The betrayer god deliberately cursed me, just to make a laughing stock of me. Hiram raises his hand and shakes his fist at someone above. But I won't let myself get angry at you, Arcas. You're an ignorant and blind soul, and my aim is to guide you through this dying world that marches towards its end. I will open your eyes, or die trying. Grotus will be pleased by either outcome. Let's talk about something else. I'd like to learn more about dwarves. Most dwarves are self-satisfied, stubborn fools serving Torag. They don't deserve my good attitude. Hiram winces. But you can ask what you want to know. I'll try to answer. Tell me about the Five Kings Mountains. The Dwarven Kingdom, yes. Well, it's to the south from here. It survived many trials, and there will be more yet to come. Hiram strokes his beard, contemplating. There is no unity among the dwarves, Arcasvethix. The 5 kings rule over our people. They sit on the thrones of the 5 greatest cities, and with every passing day it grows harder for them to come to any agreement. The only thing uniting the 5 Kings Mountains is the sky citadel of High Helm, a great dwarven fortress at the mountain's heart. Have the dwarves always lived on the surface? Oh no. Eons ago, all dwarves lived deep beneath the surface, and they did rather well, judging by the historic records. They built fortresses befitting noble dwarves. But our restless god Torag sent us a prophecy, the quest for sky. He ordered all the dwarves to abandon their fortresses and press upwards, to show their beards to the sun, as they say. This journey was long and bloody. Many dwarves perished on the way. Others turned back, keeping to their ancient strongholds, eventually to turn into evil Dwergar, grey dwarves. Those who survived reached the surface and founded the Sky Citadels, the most glorious cities in dwarven history. Tell me about them. Oh, they are the peaks of creation. Glorious cities built by the ancient dwarves who'd finally reached the surface after many hardships, performing the final labor in their quest for the sky on the surface of Galarian. Hiram's eyes glitter with admiration. They are steadfast, tall, magnificent. They're beautiful. The 10 citadels were built by dwarves, but we've managed to keep only a few. The citadels crumbled, and the orcs, sworn enemies of our people, trampled their blessed streets and ruined the gorgeous palaces of the ancient kings. Hiram's eyes grow misty with tears. These were heavy losses, and a disgrace to our people, Arcasvethix. High Helm is the jewel of the citadels that remain. It is located in the heart of the mountains, and the heart of every dwarf. Yes, my heart too. There is a dwarven saying that if an enemy reaches High Helm, every dwarf from all the corners of the world will come to defend it. Hiram casts a sad glance at you. I'd be there too, but not to help the Citadel's defenders. I'd be there to witness the fall of our people with my own eyes, and mourn it. I would fall upon the cold stone and raise my final prayer to Grotus. You're so cheerful, Hiram. I love you. I'd like to talk about your god, Grotus. You wish to learn about Grotus? Hiram seems surprised and pleased at the same time. Yes, of course. I will answer anything you ask. What are Grotus's teachings about, in a nutshell? Grotus is the end of all that exists. Hiram smiles. He's obviously been waiting for this question. Look around, Arcasvethix. What do you see? Look again, and realize that everything will be destroyed. Our clothing and our armor will turn to dust. The walls of the palaces will crumble into ruins. The trees will fall, and you and I will die much sooner than that. Grotus is a timeless watcher. He's been locked away by Pharasma, the goddess of rebirth. From her boneyard, he watches over the world, knowing the time of the final reaping shall come. He's the bloated moon hanging in the sky. He's the harbinger of the last days. He's the one who will stay when all the others are gone. Pharasma has Grotus locked in her boneyard, so she's stronger than Grotus. Of course she's stronger, for now. Hiram nods with dignity, stroking his beard. Grotus is weaker than Pharasma, and many other gods. I'd be a fool if I tried to claim otherwise. If Grotus were stronger, the end times would already have come, wouldn't they? But the power of other gods fade away. They dissolve slowly, a grain in a century. Grotus collects those grains and waits. He doesn't need to worry. He knows that his time shall come. Usually clerics can speak with their gods. What does Grotus say to you? What is his will? Hiram shakes his head in resignation. Grotus doesn't speak to his clerics. Actually, Grotus doesn't need any clerics. The dwarf raises his sad eyes to you. He only allows his whispers to be heard, and only by those who are dying to hear them. His words are unclear, but they call to you. His voice comes with the soft rustle of fallen leaves, with the woeful wailing wind at the mountain pass, with the roar of the raging blizzard, and it calls you to strike out on the road. Onwards, always onwards, over the pass, over the bridge and further along. Up ahead, where the edge of a grey robe flashed and a candle sputtered for the last time before dying. Onwards, always onwards, until your feet can no longer carry you. Hiram falls silent, submerged in his own thoughts. Thanks for telling me about Grotus. I've learned enough for now. Then let me ask you, what'd you think about Grotus? Yeah. There is a certain inner truth to them. I think you vastly overestimate the rate of entropy, Hiram, but other than that, a broad smile spreads across Hiram's face. I'm glad you think like that. We'll bring this truth to the whole world and tell everyone that the end is inevitable. Hello, Rainbow. We'll call you that. Welcome. I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the Nihilism Hour with Hiram. Have you ever regretted your decision to abandon Torag and start worshipping Grotus instead? Excellent. Good to hear. Your question might seem offensive, Arcasvethix, but I'm not offended. I realize you ask it because you wish to learn more about Grotus. Hiram squeezes his beard in his fist, but in a moment he lets it free again. Torag betrayed me, Arcas. All he's ever done was look down with contempt on all my futile efforts to please him. I crafted armor plates, but they fell apart with a single strike of a fist. I smith swords, but they broke at the hilt. Torag's priests used to say that such failures were the curse of their uncompromising deity. Hiram's fingers grab his beard with such force that it seems he'll tear a handful of hair out of it. It was Grotus who opened my eyes. He showed me that failure is a manifestation of his will. The end time is near, Arcasvethix, and every failure is just another step towards it. Torag's curse is only half the reason for my failure. The other half is the blessing of Grotus, which I've borne from early childhood. Hiram smiles warmly at his thoughts. So the short answer to your question is no. I've never regretted opening my soul to Grotus. From what I've heard, Grotus doesn't spare the minds of his clerics. They all go insane eventually. Is that true? Ha! Who told you that? I'd like to look that slander in the eye. Hiram bursts into laughter, but you can't understand what's so funny. See, Arcas, sanity is quite a relative concept, Hiram says as his laughter recedes. Each of us is certain that he's the sanest creature in the world. Meanwhile, we periodically doubt the sanity of others. So what happens if 2 or 3 people claim that someone else is insane? Does that make it true? Perhaps the accusers have lost their minds themselves. The longer a cleric listens to the whispers of Grotus, the better he comprehends the essence of his designs, and the deeper his understanding becomes. When enlightenment comes, the mind of a cleric ascends to a new level of understanding, which is inaccessible to simpler souls. Is it insanity? This is for you to decide, Arcasvethix. My decision was made long ago. When I reach enlightenment, I'll accept it with joy and delight. I don't like the end of the sentence, but I guess I have to go with this. Ah! Well, when you learn Grotus's divine plans, remember to tell me about them. I could use a good laugh. Harem seems not to hear the irony in your words.
Oh, of course I will tell you. I will tell everyone. The word of Grotus will lead us forward unto the inevitable.
Okay. Hiram nods with dignity. Blah.
I'll be happy to continue our conversation later.
Right. Okay, then.
In due time.
It's been a while since I had to read so much in a game that I streamed. Hello, Amiri. A dog. Adorable. I love him. And of course, my little dog. We're gonna talk. Amiri utters a weary sigh. Alright, spill it. I'm listening. We're just talking. You don't like it? Amiri shrugs several times, perhaps flexing her muscles, or maybe just filling in the silence. Dunno, she admits at last. Depends what we're gonna talk about. If it's about monsters, or swords, or scars, I approve. That's good. And if you're gonna ask questions like why, and what for, and how, screw this. Amiri looks you over slowly, head to toe. Or you got even harder ones. Tell me about yourself? This simple question seems to puzzle Amiri. She scratches her head and starts counting on her fingers. First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. I left my tribe, the Six Bears. Amiri looks thoughtfully at her 4 bent fingers and shrugs. And I like fights, she concludes, bending her thumb. What's it like to be a barbarian in the Six Bears tribe? Ha! Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half with one swing. We can walk 3 days and nights with no rest. We can eat a whole fried oryx. I guess you had to do a lot of training to become as strong as you are. Training? No one frickin' trained me. The boys of the Six Bears got the training. All I could do was watch. Amiri's eyes gleam with anger. And you know what? They were still crap, even after all that training, because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters, all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots. Amiri spits on the ground. Because if you start a fight, you think you can win. You think you're stronger than your enemy. Amiri raises her chin proudly. I defeated them all. See all the scars on my face? Okay. What does the realm of the Mammoth Lords look like? Huge and freezing. No place for weaklings. Amiri narrows her eyes as if evaluating your ability to survive her homeland. Tribes hunt oryx herds to survive. Oryx are fast, so tribe follows herd for days just to not die of hunger. If you're weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe can't stop. Yeah, they clearly, like, Owlcat's writers clearly intended Amiri to have, like, a broken English thing. You know? Like, the language we're speaking, which I assume is Taldane, is not her mother tongue, and she's not fully fluent in it. But the VA they hired for it is just an American woman, doing a completely normal voice. So, yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little bit of a dissonance there, but I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it. It is what they did. Anyway, also, there are giants and mammoths. Sometimes demons come, too. Ah, and the mastodons. And the saber-toothed tigers. Amiri grins. You would survive, I think. For a few days. Why did you leave your tribe? Amiri flushes. Because they were assholes. All of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and women were scared, like sheep. Amiri rolls her bloodshot eyes in fury.
Men there think no girl can be a fighter, because they're weak. They're afraid a woman can beat them. And females just nod. Go sew hides, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they always say. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and watch meat. Amiri's already shouting, her fists clenched tightly. I told them so. I went hunting with men, and what did I get? Still the same. You're woman. You stay home. Even gave me a nickname, the Soft Chieftain. Like a warrior woman was a funny joke. Damn, I even went to hunt those shit-faced frost giants, and there... Amiri suddenly stops, breathing heavily, sweat beading on her forehead. After a moment, Amiri waves her hand awkwardly and forces herself to grin. So I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and sissies they were, that's why. You're quite a good fighter. Amiri jerks her head up. Quite good, huh? Compared to who? If I was a crappy male, I'd fight better. Is that what you're saying? She glares at you, her eyes narrow. Or you say I could be better, like, go get some training, Amiri, right? You are very good in a fight. You are an excellent warrior. I've just given you a compliment, that's all. For several more seconds, Amiri continues to glare at your face with suspicion. Then, all of a sudden, she mellows. True, I fight good. It's what I do best. You're rather rude, you know. You bet! Amiri grins, then suddenly frowns. I'm a fighter, big and strong. Everyone's afraid of me. I can't play the softy. Who would ever fear me then? The contemplative expression disappears from Amiri's face, replaced by a dreamy grin. I enjoy being feared. When I pass by and all the sissies almost faint, knees trembling, teeth chattering, shit dripping down their pants, Amiri falls silent, fascinated with the picture her imagination has created. Okay. That's a formidable sword, but it's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that even though Amiri is extremely strong, she still has difficulty wielding such a large sword. This sword belonged to a real blasted frost giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. Amiri's eyes flash with menace as if she's challenging some invisible enemy to try taking away her trophy. So why did you... yeah. I'm gonna walk away slowly now. Talking. When will we do some monster killing instead? Amiri sighs and turns away. Right. Yes, walking away slowly now. I think that's everything, right? We've spoken with everyone here? I do believe so.
Follow my lead.
He said to no one. Well, I guess my dog is following me. That's a really... Is that a rabbit? That's a massive fucking rabbit. Is my dog supposed to be a Pomeranian? I thought it was a Shiba Inu, but... it's smaller than that rabbit. Anyway. Alright. We don't need any of that crap. So... yes. Oh, wait. What's this?
Focus on the goal.
Right, yeah. I don't have the Wand of Magic Missile equipped right now because I've got Scrolls of Magic Missile that would be better to use first. Anyway. Yep. Alright, well, actually, we wound up playing almost the full time. Actually, because I started half an hour early, we did. We played the full time. Alright, well, great. I'm probably going to regret that with the oncoming headache. But there we have it. The beginnings of Kingmaker. Hardly a flawless game, but quite good. In many ways. Yes. We've got a number of things to do here. Side quests and such like. And yes, that fog has blocked this whole eastern line. And into the south. Yeah, it's a whole little ring keeping us from leaving the starting area, the green belt.
The northern Greenbelt, actually. Not even the whole area. Whole region. But yes. So, next time, possibly tomorrow night, we will continue this. And this will be a thing. Let's save. Excellent. Alright, thank you everyone for joining me, new and old. I hope to see you all again next time. Until then, good night, goodbye.